official RL guide back here, and I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to air dribble. Okay, so there's two parts: the setup, and the carry. All right, I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to properly air dribble in less than 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Okay, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. So first thing, when you're air dribbling, is you always want to have some. You always want to be. You don't want to be like trailing the ball, but you also don't want to be too far behind the ball when you're going for your setup in the air dribble. You don't want to be too far. You also don't want to be too close, you know, so it should look something like this. Let me show you. I promise you by the end, you should be able to learn how to reset air dribble, okay? So, you don't want to be trailing the ball like this. You don't want to be trailing the ball like that. You also don't want to be too far from the ball like that, but you just want to be like right here. You want to be right here. The ball's gonna roll the ball faster. So a real air dribble, a real in-game air dribble should look like this, without any arrow. Okay, maybe some arrow. All right, you need arrows for adjustments. So. Okay. So that's what an in-game air dribble should look like, right? So yeah, that's what it should look like whenever you're going for an air dribble in a game. All right. So now, after you focus on getting right, after you focus on that part of the setup, now you want to focus on knowing how to when to pop the ball. Right? You want to know when to pop the ball, the perfect time to pop the ball, you know, etc. Right? So you want to know when to pop the ball because, well, if you don't know when to pop the ball, you don't know how to air dribble. So if you're not 60 years old, you should see this very seeable white line, or in normal games it should be a blue or orange line because the teams are normally blue and orange. You should see this line right here. You should see this line right here. Bam. Right? That's when you pop the ball. Bam, off the wall. That's when you pop the ball off the wall. It works for flip resets. It works for flip resets and air dribbles. Bam. Right, so that's how it works. Right, so I could just be like that. And at the same time, whenever I'm air dribbling, you don't have to arrow. Okay. You don't have to do all this fancy smancy stuff. I've seen so many people do that. All you have to do is literally roll the ball up the wall. Like that. So, yeah. Yeah. So that's the setup part, and now you want to try to get the carry, okay? The carry, when you pop it, you want to give, bam, space. You want to give it some space, and then just like that, you carry it to the net. You want to loft it to the net. Pop it, bam, no arrow needed. This is me without arrow. Or this is you rather without arrow. Okay, yeah, anyways, I was trying to test something out. So, yeah, this is you without, this is you with arrow right here. Nothing. And this is you without, this is you without arrow. Wow! So clean, right? So clean. This is me with arrow. And this is me without arrow. Whoops, sorry guys, my bad. My controller died. My controller died, so I'll just be like, bam, bam. You don't have to do that little pop I did there. That was just for, you know, decoration. I meant celebration. Celebration. Gee. So yeah, and that's how you can air dribble in less than 6 minutes. In less than 7 minutes. That was a typo. In less than 7 minutes, you've already learned how to air dribble. And in less than 3 days, you might be able to learn how to flip reset as well. See you in the next one. Official RL guide out, baby.